morning, students, and welcome back to our second installment of the ACAD Monday morning meeting. We've got a lot of announcements for you today, but before we get into that, I want to go back to our routine of saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Callahan has reached back into the vault for us to find this incredible video of seniors Alec Brooks and Mary Brooke Barber when they were in 8th grade leading the class of 2028 in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, ACAD Nation. I'm Mary Brooke Barber here with Alec Brooks.
And this is your weekly ACAD update.
Here's your Pledge of Allegiance brought to you by Miss Keeler's preschool class.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Going into the ACAD Daily, the quote of the week this week is one from a personal hero of mine, Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own. You know what you know. And you'll be the one who decide where you'll go. I'd like to wish a special birthday to Taylor Clements and Sadie Jordan. Both their birthdays were Saturday, March 28th. Happy birthday to them. If you've checked your email or the ACAD Daily, you should realize that we have a modified schedule this week. Some special points of that I want to talk about are there'll be no office hours on Wednesdays anymore. Day 1, we will not have office hours in the morning or the afternoon. Day 2, we will have no office hours in the afternoon. Today, Monday, is a day 2, and this modified schedule also makes the classes a little bit shorter, so you have more time to set up in between your classes. And that's about all for announcements. Now we'll hear from Georgia Paris and the Honor Council.
Hi everyone, thanks for taking a second to watch this short video from the Honor Council. We really just want to remind everyone that now is a really important time to take responsibility for your own education and also just to keep putting an effort on all your work.
Remember to keep reading and following teachers' instructions very closely and ask questions for clarification if necessary. Also, personal integrity is very important because the Honor Code is still present during this time of online learning.
As part of the Honor Code, we need to remember the importance of respect to Athens Academy. Personal integrity and respecting the Honor Code is more important than ever now that when you don't have anybody looking over your shoulder. It is also important we respect new learning process by respecting our teachers and giving our best effort in order to continue to learn.
It's important to show respect to your peers by getting to your Zoom meetings on time, dressing appropriately, and sitting up instead of lying down. You also want to be conscious of what is in your background. And lastly, show respect to yourself by taking this learning seriously and putting in as much effort as you have been putting in the rest of the year.
Thank you all for your continued commitment to our Honor Code during this time. As well as a time for integrity, now is also a great time to work on showing kindness towards others. So, as an act of kindness, the Honor Council will be giving a prize to the first 5 people to email me the correct answer to one of our trivia questions. The question is, in what decade was the Honor Council and Honor Code created, and what group originally created it? Good luck and go Spartans!
Thank you, Georgia. So, as we all know, professional sports around the world have pretty much been shut down. However, there are some sports that have not been shut down. We're going to hear from Zach Daniels and Annie Cross now about a very interesting sport that has been played last night in Atlanta. Zach, Annie, take it away.
What's up, Athens Academy? My name is Zach Daniels, class of 2020, and I'm here to do an esports report on the Atlanta Reign, a esports franchise for the Overwatch League based in Atlanta, Georgia. But before we get into that, we have to get into what Overwatch is. Overwatch is an online team-based game generally played as a first-person shooter. The game features several different game modes, principally designed around squad-based combat with 2 opposing teams of 6 players each. players select one of over 24 pre-made hero characters from one of the 3 class types: damage heroes that deal most of the damage to attack or defend control points, tank heroes that can absorb a large amount of damage, and support heroes that provide healing or other buffs for their teammates. Each hero has a unique skill set defining their intrinsic attributes, like health points and running speed, their primary attacks, several active and passive skills, and an ultimate ability that can only be used after it is charged through dealing damage to enemies and healing allies. Players can change their hero during the course of a match, as a goal of Overwatch's design was to encourage dynamic team compositions that adapt to any situation. The game features game modes for casual play, competitive, ranked play, and supporting esports competitions, including Blizzard's Overwatch League. These modes are generally centered around sequentially securing control points on the map, or escorting a payload between points on the map, with one team attacking while the other defends. So the Overwatch League is a professional esports league for the video game Overwatch, which is produced by Blizzard Entertainment. The Overwatch League follows a model of traditional North American professional sporting leagues by using a set of permanent city-based teams backed by separate ownership groups. Currently, they have 11 teams in the United States, 4 in China, 2 in Canada, 1 in South Korea, 1 in the United Kingdom, and 1 in France. The league was announced in 2016, and its inaugural season took place in 2018, with a total prize pool of $3.5 million given that year. So with that being said, let's take a look at the Atlanta Reign roster, which is going to be announced by the Overwatch League's official stream.
And this one as well has a little bit of a change. Edison and Baby Bay are going to be starting. Not the first time we've seen Baby Bay begin on the DPS spot. Sometimes throughout the series he does get swapped out, but it does mean they're without Ursta for that first map at least. Gator and Hawk, now this definitely makes us think, an Orisa Sigma composition from them may be likely. In the absence of Lucio at the moment, that might just be the direction they want to try and take things in. And then Dogman and Master to round things up. Master will obviously not be able to play on his favorite Lucio pick for the time being. But the Atlanta Reign still have plenty of options up their sleeve. It's a long series, obviously first to 3. So there are plenty of looks that they can throw out in the meantime.
Now let's take a look at the top 3 plays of Atlanta Reign's match today versus the Florida Mayhem.
Supercharger, oh no, the Gravitic Strike hit absolutely no one. I guess it was a bit of a Hail Mary from Gargoyle. He had to try and find someone, but gets absolutely nothing. Dragon Strike through the point. That's going to cut Byram off to the side. Another pulse bomb left, and Chris got halted forward into it. Perfect. Edison put the bomb there, but the setup was beautiful from Gator. And now we're in overtime. The Florida Mayhem once again have looked very lackadaisical in this match. Yaki, not much he could do. Tried to burn down Baby Bay, but again, it was just a matter of stall, and the Atlanta Reign start this series looking strong.
It's very difficult. I mean, he's going to have to try and get a pulse bomb and then maybe a recall here. As there's the pulse bomb. Beautiful pulse bomb there from Yaki as he connects with Hawk.
Yeah, that's the recall, just like you said. It keeps himself safe for the time being, and this allows Gator to get crushed by Gargoyle. He can roll straight on through. Baby Bay has to commit to the fight, and he's found his second kill. Now that's 3 for Baby Bay. Gargoyle stand up. Oh, Baby Bay. Another for the man. Oh, he just cleans up. That's 5. And what is it about the Atlanta Reign and Eichenwald point A? Because Baby Bay just absolutely took them to Browntown.
I mean, that's the beauty of having damage dealers like Baby Bay on your team, and just seeing damage dealers be able to really make an impact in the league, right? Fight's not going their way at the start. They lose a player to a pulse bomb, and what happens? Baby Bay just takes out 5 on Hanzo.
Everybody plugs for Gargoyle, lets it go. Good hold combination. Pulse bomb thrown on Karan on the low ground. Then when Sharp was able to find a low health Orisa to finish off, Gargoyle got so much out of the kinetic grasp, but he still has to back off. Everybody is looking at him right now, and Gangnam Jin doesn't want to use that Transcendence just yet, but he has to. He's got no other choice. Gargoyle tries to barrel forward now, and Hawk has to keep his shield down for a little while. Gator wants to push forward. Bit of aggressive play here from the Atlanta Reign. They kick it up a notch, and it works out. And the Florida Mayhem just start to crack under the pressure. Master gets the stun onto Yaki, and Dogman finishes it off, and that is all she wrote. The Atlanta Reign are going to take the series 3-0.
With this league being in existence for 4 years now, you can see it's pretty fun to watch. And with COVID-19 social distancing in place, it's worth a shot if you're like me and you miss traditional sports. Thanks for watching. Go Spartans.
Just fascinating, just fascinating. Now, back by popular demand, Nika Jalitz here with the Nika Report, filmed by the one and only Mr. Jalitz. As you're sitting around your house a little more than you're used to, Nika here has a suggestion for a healthy snack or breakfast, anything throughout the day to sort of keep you going. Here we are.
Hi, I'm Nika, and today I'm going to be making a strawberry, blueberry, and banana smoothie, and you'll also need yogurt. So let's get started. So first step, you're going to want to dump the strawberries, blueberries, and bananas, and then blend. So this has more than one, and I'm going to do a fruit smoothie. Okay, I'm going to use this so I can move it around. Wow. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to put the yogurt, the vanilla yogurt in. Okay. And voila! Thank you for watching.
That just looks delicious, Nika, I have to say. So with the earlier sports announcement that we have, we'll now move into esports. Our famed sideline reporter, Poppy Marquez, is here with the esports Rocket League team for the Spartans. Poppy, take it away.
Hi, everyone. I'm here with the varsity esports team, Jackson, Dev, and Noah. Everyone is pretty much quarantined since the global pandemic. I want to thank y'all for taking the time out of y'all's busy schedules to come and let me talk to y'all. Start off, correct me if I'm wrong, but esports is a form of sporting competition with video games, and you guys specialize in Rocket League. It's been around for about like 5 years, so it's fairly new, obviously, but for people who are not quite familiar with the game, could you guys tell me a little bit more about Rocket League in general and its purpose?
Rocket League is a three-person to a team, a virtual car soccer match. So each of us control our own car, and we play a form of soccer in which obviously the objective in a scoring goals sports game is to score more points than the other team in the allotted time.
Yeah, essentially it takes place in a dome where there's walls, and it's very it's more than just a ground game, obviously. Definitely a lot more dimensions to it than it might seem when you first describe it.
And I know you all are involved in other sports, like Jackson, you run cross country, and Dev and Noah, you all play soccer. So how does being on the esports team and experiencing that team-like environment with electronical sports compare to that of participating in the traditional sporting events?
I think the dynamic with Rocket League is more connected. Like with us three being teammates, we've kind of developed something where we can communicate very well, but also be closer together as friends too. On soccer, for like a team thing, it's more of a larger group of camaraderie.
Like it's a lot easier to like move around and organize ourselves. Like, it's a lot easier to get 3 people in the lab at 4 o'clock on time than it is to get 22 guys out on the soccer field for practice at 4.
As you guys mentioned, it is just the 3 of y'all, and this is y'all's second year as a team, obviously, and y'all are currently 3-0. But tell me a little bit about like your game day approach to a Rocket League game day and like the formula for y'all's success.
we make sure to get some practice in at home. It's really easy to just hop on with the guys, get some shots up on the game. And in terms of the opponent, we know who we're playing against, and normally going into it, we make sure we have an idea of how good they are, whether that's through looking at the schedule and see who else they've played and looking at like common opponents and stuff. Surprisingly enough, a big part of this game is just the mentality you have about your opponent.
The first game we had this season was by far the most intense one we've had, and to have like a focused game day mentality when the team's turning up and we're playing well and we're all focused, it's definitely it's not much can beat it.
While other sports at our school have been shut down, the coronavirus will not stop you guys, and I know y'all are probably really excited to start back up again. So what would you guys say is the outlook for the remainder of this season?
We have a plan in place to participate in these games from our homes or other locations outside of school, obviously, but we're looking forward to it.
We're lucky to be able to play, is what it is, and we're lucky to be able to continue what we're doing, and we're happy to be able to. And for me personally, I'm just super excited to have something to do that, you know, has weight to it and feels like it matters and I can get excited about. And moving forward this season, we're just lucky to be able to participate, and I'm just going to try and cherish it as much as possible.
Well, thank you guys. That will conclude our conversation tonight. But again, I really appreciate you guys coming virtually here tonight to talk with me.
Thank you very much, Poppy. Go Spartans, go esports. Now, as you are sitting in your house, you might be thinking, what am I to do today? What am I to do with all this time I have in my house? Camille Menzies, Jackson Scruggs, and Michael Cashin will now have a segment about how students, some of your classmates, have been entertaining themselves throughout this distance learning.
Hi, this is the Cashins, and these are some of the things that we do to keep ourselves occupied.
So this is my roof. I spend a good bit of time out here. I do my homework. There's my neighbors in the hot tub. It's pretty flat, so I usually don't fall off. But yeah, I do my homework out here, and I sometimes end up scaring a lot of my neighbors.
Basically, I've just been working on some videos, website stuff, catching up on every media piece that we need to work on. Also, just been sleeping a lot, playing PS4 a bunch here and here. Finally put these lights up. That, and I've been doing streaming and making some music. Pretty typical stuff for me.
Thank you very much for tuning in with us this morning. It's still a work in progress, the ACAT update is. So if you have any suggestions or would like to make contributions or even make a segment idea of your own and edit that yourself, just email that to Mr. Callanan, myself, or anyone who is in the AMP class. My email is ttrapnell20@athensacademy.org. With that being said, have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next Monday. Go Spartans.